Hi guys, so today's video is going to be a book unhaul. I'm really fortunate to live in a place where we have really awesome used bookstores, so often they give us a really good deal on store credit. So at the end of the video, I will show you guys what I end up getting for the books that I'm unhauling. And even though I'm not unhauling a ton of books this time around, I do think I'm unhauling some really popular ones, so I'm pretty sure I'll at least get something. The first book that I'm unhauling is a Jim Butcher book. It's Grave Peril, and the reason is not because I don't want the book, but because I have every single one of my other Dresden Files books in a taller size, and I accidentally bought this one in a smaller size, and even though it doesn't affect the story whatsoever, I do prefer my books sizes within a series to match. Next up is a book that I think is gonna really surprise people that I'm taking this in because this book is so hyped right now. It is so incredibly popular, and for the most part I would say people really enjoy this book, and that would be Children of Blood and Bone. This one actually kind of, I wasn't initially thinking I was going to get rid of this, but when I was going through my bookshelves and kind of looking through what books I need to say goodbye to, I thought about this one and I was like, yeah, I guess I don't have a connection to it. It doesn't make me sad to think about not having it anymore. I enjoyed the book well enough. I thought it was well written. I liked the story, but at the end of the day, I thought it was enjoyable, but I only really liked one character, and it's a multiple point of view story. The main character annoyed me a little bit, and the romances in the book were a little too insta-lovey for me. So even though there were elements of the book that I really enjoyed, overall, I just don't see myself wanting to purchase the next book in the series. Next up is the book Dare Mighty Things, and I got this in a book subscription box. The synopsis sounds like it would be a good book, but it doesn't really sound like it'd be up my alley. And I don't feel too bad not reading it anyway, because it's not like I sought it out and picked it up and then I'm taking it back. Like, it came in a book box. Book boxes are kind of a gamble anyway, and I figure if it sounds like it's interesting to somebody else, I'd rather, because every time you take in a book, if it's a used book, the bookstore will sell it on sale. So I figure better for somebody else who thinks it sounds amazing and really wants to read it to have the chance to buy it on sale. Next up is a book that I've actually debated getting rid of multiple times, and it's kind of made me sad to think about the fact that the only reason I'm really keeping this book is because it's signed by the author, and at the end of the day, I don't really like the book, and that would be, I feel so bad saying it, but that would be Iron Gold by Pierce Brown. I am a huge fan of the original Red Rising trilogy. I absolutely love it, and this book is a continuation of that series. The events in this book take place 10 years after the events in the original trilogy, and I was excited for this book, but I was also very hesitant when I heard that there was going to be a continuation, because the original trilogy I thought just had an amazing ending. I thought it was just fantastic all around, and I think it's really difficult to pull off a good continuation when you've already kind of written some kind of a wrap up of your original story, and when readers already kind of imagine that story to be over. But I was still willing to give this a shot. I mean, I really enjoy the original trilogy, and I figured he's probably not gonna let me down. I'm probably gonna really enjoy the book, and so I'm not gonna give away any spoilers for anybody who's reading Red Rising right now, but there is a character from the original trilogy that is one of the point of views in this series, and I just did not like the direction that character went in, and it's making me feel differently about the original trilogy. And I'm like, you know what, I love that original trilogy. I don't want that to be changed. I don't want that to be altered just because of the new trilogy, and I feel like the best way to not have that happen is to just accept that I might not be on board with this new trilogy. Alrighty, the next book that we're taking in is the most random thing ever. It's one of the Wheel of Time books by Robert Jordan, and it's Towers of Midnight. So it's book 13 of a 14-book series. It's randomly just this giant hardback that somebody in my husband's family was like, oh, here, this one, I already have a copy of this, and they gave us this copy. Also, I forgot to mention earlier when I was talking about Iron Gold, I'm also getting rid of this tiny little Red Rising edition that I have. The last book I'm bringing in is The Poppy War, and I bought this book recently, did a giant buddy read with a bunch of you for it, and I really wanted to love it, but I just didn't. But there are definitely a lot of people that really, really love this book, and there are a lot of people that really want to read this book. And I know I personally, when I'm looking for a new release and I'm trying to see if I can maybe find it on sale at my local used bookstores and get it cheaper, when I do see one, I freak out because that never happens. So I figured this would be the perfect opportunity to not only get some store credit potentially, but also to make somebody's day, because how exciting when you see a brand new book that you would not expect to already be at the bookstore used and on sale. That's it though for the books that we're going to take in. We may have some other books that we've tried to take in before and see if maybe they'll take them now. So without further ado, let's see how much store credit we get.
She lied to you. We're also taking in V for Vendetta and Identity Crisis.
Thanks so much for watching though. Let me know if any of you have ever had a similar situation where you've just so wanted to love a book and didn't and had the hardest time getting rid of it. For those of you that have read these books, let me know your thoughts on them. Let me know if you think I'm crazy for getting rid of them, or let me know if you are totally 100% on board and you get it. As always though, have a great rest of your day. Happy reading, and I'll see you all later. Bye.